My name is Reverend Margaret Miller Scott. I'm a member of the Westbury African Methodist Peaceful Zion Church. Minister for 22 years. A member, what you say, more than what you say, 35. Been going to that congregation ever since I came to New York. We were baptized as Baptist congregation just before there. But it was a changeover. In being a part of God's church, as his church, and worshiping in his house, have gave me in the later years the understanding that who God is. But coming from a cotton field and cornfield, Logwood, North Carolina, father born in 1896, mother 1929, me 1942. Seeing the way people was treated, being on the farm, farming the whole year, working hard in the hot sun. When the end of the year come, you went to the store, the man would tell my father, "Cop, you just about paid out. You got to start the next year on credit, never paying out." Allotment came in with Eisenhower, president, that you could not use all your land. And then the farmer began to plant the crop closer together. And the people would come. Say you had too much, you raised too much on the allotment. Throw it out in your yard in front of you. My father and the children pour gasoline on it and burn it. But my father was a strong man. He would turn his hand backwards. And we stood like soldiers and didn't even hardly breathe. But thank God we made it. God was with us.
So how did your parents, your grandparents, your church, or your community prepare you to attend the March of 1963?
Praying, having Bible study home, prayer meeting home, mandatory to go to Sunday school every Sunday. If you did not go, then you could not go out. Learning Bible verses and telling you to be somebody. Putting the Bible and books on your head, and you had to stand up straight because you was somebody. You are somebody. No matter what's taking place around you. So growing up to realize that I am somebody. It's not a matter what the people say about me, even sometimes family members or people around you, you are somebody. That gave me the strength in hearing what my father was saying, that I am somebody to stand.
Now speak more about that. What role did your faith play in you participating in the March of 1963?
Seeing the condition people was treated, how they were treated. Being told I had to call the people Miss Sally, Mr. John, and to call my father Cup. I resented that. Oh yes, I got hit in the mouth because I would not honor and do what I was told to do. So I realized I could not live in North Carolina. Didn't know how I was going to get out of there. Because otherwise I was going to be killed and lynched too. I signed up to go into the service. My father was in World War I. Went through the whole process, and when he realized I had done it, and he had to sign the paper, he refused. He said his daughter could not go because he felt that the girls were being used, I guess, with the soldier in the army, the service. That did not stop me. Reading true story and true romance, those books that we used to walk around and read, and grandparents were what to say, Kate Tyler reading. There was an ad in there for maids to come to New York. I answered that ad and they sent me a one-way ticket. My father went around and got $40, didn't have no money. And I came with a brown paper bag with ham biscuits, sausage biscuits, and the bag greasy. Could not spend that money because that's my own way back home, but I never looked back. Stayed in Father's Divine House in Garden City a whole week before I accepted a job as a maid. Worked that job for 30 days and realized the house was worse than the house I came from North Carolina. And we scrub our house with light soap and flows to keep it clean. Went to Brooklyn and lived in Brooklyn for about 5 months. with a distant aunt that my mother, her sister, had never seen since they were kids separated, and got involved with District 65, the union. Worked downtown Brooklyn in Greenport, and realized that people had been treated just as bad as I had been treated. I seen my parents and people around me treated, and I joined the fight. Didn't know how to get around. Getting lost, asking the police how to get around in Brooklyn. Lived on 566 Park Avenue. Went back to school on Horses Street. Still fighting. Came back to Long Island. Got involved with Local 3 electrician. Every course they had, I took the course and studied and learning. Learning how to dress. Learning how to wait and look and see what's going on. Being in places sometimes with no one around black with me, a couple of black men. But realizing it gave me a voice to be able to stand against these things that were not right with peoples. And realize there was people out there that was helping us fight. And that's gave me the stand.
Were there
With God, could stand crying. But I stand and fight.
Were there prayers, songs, or scriptures that you remember from that historic day in 1963?
With me, I can't remember just what Dr. King was saying, but that God was with me. I was not by myself. And being around 22 years old, not knowing anyone, and didn't have no money, I kept my mind on the man in the moon, which was God to me, and knowing he was with me in Washington. And I kept praying, God, you're with me. As I'm gonna get back, you're with me. And I'm looking around with all the things going around me. I had to keep the focus not to get left in Washington, D.C. But seeing what they were saying and seeing the police and the guards and the guns around, and knowing what I seen when they burned down my father's crop and cut down stuff in his field, it gave me a voice to stand and fight, and I'm still fighting today.
So did your church encourage civic engagement during that era? And
Yes.
if so, how did they?
The church and also the school, because we're black schools and black churches. So they encourage and enforce. I begun to be a member of the NAACP in 7th grade. That's when it started the civil rights movement and the mixing of schools. In my school, we didn't have that much problem because it started in sports. But about 35 miles from in Wilmington, it was burn, baby, burn. But in my neighborhood where we come, even the white people said that we worked together, we slept together and everything else. So although they did those things and you knew the KKK was around, but they did not stand out to what to say fight the way they were in surrounding areas we were. But in the school and seeing when they started to mix, we had separate buses. They closed down our primary school. We had to go to another school where there was mixing. You knew the separation was there, but it was not like you was seeing and hearing what taking place in other places around us.
Why do you believe every generation must continue protecting the right to vote?
The right to vote is giving your voice. The people today in this world is still dying for one vote. They give you that power. I was told from my father at 18 years old, you're going to vote and vote for the rest of your life. Where I come from, you were not allowed to vote not unless you own land and paying poll taxes. When I came 18, the first thing I did is register to vote. And I've been voting for better than 66 years. Sometime not knowing and liking the things that people were saying, I write my own name in the ballot, but I voted. It's right for everybody. You have a voice. United we stand, divided we fall. Vote, vote. Don't listen to what the people's doing. Check out and see the background. Some people that's running to represent us have never voted in their life. I know because being a part of the League of Women Voters and filling out those papers that people are reading. When they come to me, I'm the one that doctored it up for people to read. If you saw what came to me, you wouldn't even vote for it in the get-go. Vote, vote,
What similarities do you see between the challenges of the 1960s and those we face today?
1960, we voted and we fought because we felt we had no choice. Today, we're making a choice, think we got over. Everything is fine. I got this, I got that, I'm doing fine. If you don't own a business, not making money, and working for someone else, when that paycheck stops, you don't have nothing. But when you have to live on the land, raise what you need to survive, make your clothes from the fertilized sack to be able to wear to have clothes on. Take the cloth on the back of bed to make the slips and curtain to hang to your windows. You knew what it was to survive. This day and time, people feel they got over. But they got over on the back of we people who have stood and people before me to fight for us to have this opportunity. To have the opportunity to go into a restaurant and sit down and eat. When I came along, I couldn't go to a restaurant. If you did, you went into the back door. And then it was passed out to you to the window. And that didn't only happen in the South, it happened here, right down less than 2 miles from me when I came here. So today we think we have those opportunities, but look what's happening around us. Look what is taking place. We need to unite, stand with God, because He's with us everywhere we are, and vote and stand for what's right. Not about for myself, but what's right for a people, God's peoples.
Why should young adults participate in the 2026 March on Washington?
Because the things that the foreparents before me and during my time stood for, sacrifice with nothing. For us to have the opportunity today that we have, that's being taken away from us, because we think we got over. If we don't stand to vote, young peoples, and some of the older people that feel I'm not going to vote no more, they're going to do what they want to do. We got to vote. We got to stand, we got to fight. Because everything that's been given to us, even the ride on the buses and ride on the plane, that can be taken from us today. We don't have it. How many buses do we own? How many trains do we own? How many planes do we own? How many hotels and restaurants do we own? We got to vote and stand, or we're going to find ourselves back where our foreparents came from. Do we want that? Educate ourselves and not vote just because someone come pat you on the back or someone give you $100. Vote for the issues that are going to affect us in our neighborhood. And don't only vote for yourself, vote for our communities. Vote for our young people, our kids that are not even born yet, that they'll have a better life. We think we're living today? No. God is providing for us. And we got to stand to continue to provide for the people of tomorrow and our families.
So if you could speak to your younger self when you were riding that bus to Washington, what would you say?
I wouldn't be afraid today. I was afraid before. But now I could ride that bus with all power that God give to me. I could put my hands out the window and say, come with me, come with me, come with me. Let's go to vote. We got the freedom, we got the right. Don't let what's going on in this world today, don't let what even the president today, President Trump, is saying he's going to stay in as long as he wants to. We got the power. Young people, we got the power. Get up and stand and vote. Get up and go to Washington. Get involved in your community. Get involved in your school. Get involved around and vote and stand for what's true. We who know the Lord, Jesus Christ, and know what's right, don't compensate for what's right for the joy we think the world gives us, because what the world gives us, the world take away. Vote. We got the power. A. Philip Randolph, Dr. King, and all those other ones, Harriet Tubman, they had nothing and they stood. We think we got the world. We got the power, and the power's in the vote.